Okay, so today I'm going to be reading to you from a chapter in a foods textbook. The first thing I'm going to do is read through the assigned questions at the back of the chapter because I want to have a guide for my reading, but I also want to determine what types of questions are being asked. How many of you are ever assigned a reading where you have questions at the back of the chapter to answer? Probably everybody? Okay, so today what I'm going to kind of model is how I use the question stems to determine what types of questions are being asked. The reason I want to know the type of question first is because I don't really want to spend a bunch of time researching for an answer within the text only to find out that it's an on my own type of question. Okay. Having an understanding of the types of questions before I read will really help me throughout my reading as well as when it's time to answer the questions. So I'm going to ask you to flip to the back page where you should find some questions labeled Understanding Key Ideas. So it's not all the way back, it's the next to the last. Okay. Okay, so the first question is, in what way does hunger help promote physical health? Okay, so just kind of looking at that question, I think that's going to be a right there question. Okay, one of the stems for right there question is what is, okay, and this is asking in what ways, so that's pretty similar. So I'm going to say that it's probably something I can find right in the text. So what I'd like you to do on your sheet is just put a RT next to that first question. Number 6, why is mealtime etiquette important? Give 3 examples of good manners at the table. Okay, this one I think is probably either author and you or think and search again. Okay. Again, I think this because it's asking me a couple different things, so I just have to kind of wait and see, is the author going to give me all this information, or am I going to have to add to it? And then number 7, suppose you order a cheeseburger at a restaurant. When your meal arrives, the cheeseburger is cold. What would be the best way to deal with this situation? That one sounds like it could be an on my own question. Okay, but now I'm kind of thinking back to the fact that one of our vocab words is etiquette. And so I know that they're going to be talking about etiquette in the chapter. So I'm kind of going to leave that one. I think it could be on my own, but it also could be author and you, because they might talk about restaurant etiquette. Okay, so again, I can only narrow it down to 2. But go ahead and label author and you or on my own. There's kind of a blurb of information at the top. But I'm going to look at the headings and subheadings and read that information instead of worrying about the big blurb or pictures. As I find information to answer my questions, I'm going to underline my information and label the question it belongs with. I'm going to do this and my new understandings organized. Okay? So looking at the questions was a great pre-reading strategy, right? Now, as I read through, I need something to help keep me focused and on task. So I'm going to use an organizational strategy of just underlining and writing the questions it goes with. You will use your highlighters for that. Okay? So a good appetite is a sign of wellness and can help you stay well nourished. The reason? When you find food enjoyable and appealing, you're more likely to eat the variety of food you need for good health. So I've just read a little bit about appetite and wellness, which I remember being part of question 2. Remember, question 2 stated, what is the relationship between wellness and appetite? I think I identified that as a think and search question. I'm going to underline the information here at the bottom. Hunger pangs signal that your body needs a fresh supply of food, energy, and nutrients. Fatigue or a lightheaded feeling may be signs of hunger. I'm stopping again because I've just read about hunger and how it promotes physical health, which is what number 1 asked about. You'll notice that you can point directly to the answer of this question in the text, which is why it is a right there question. Again, I'm going to underline it and write a 1 next to it so I know it belongs with question 1. So what you're underlining is that hunger pangs signal that your body needs a fresh supply of food, energy, and nutrients. You probably have favorites based on food you shared with your family at happy times. If you're feeling ill or sad, you may want a food that has special meaning from your childhood. This is known as a comfort food. Now I've read about the social emotional needs that food satisfies as well. This sticks out to me because it answers number 3, which asks to give examples of ways in which food helps meet social and emotional needs. I'm going to go ahead and underline relieve stress or boredom, express positive emotions, love for their family by preparing a favorite meal, and feeling ill or sad. Okay, I got all that in this paragraph here. Okay, but you'll notice I didn't underline the whole paragraph because I wanted to pick out exactly what I needed. So I was questioning whether number was think and search or author. Now that I've read the information on taste buds, I know that it is author and you. I know this because the author talks about what happens when one of your senses is altered. And the question asks about burning your tongue. Because she doesn't explicitly explain the impact of burning your tongue, I have to take the information she gave me and couple it with my prior knowledge. Talk to your partner. What information will I underline in the text for when I'm ready to begin answering my questions? So I should hear you talking and kind of looking at the text. Guests at other tables. To talk with friends at another table, go to their table and keep your chat brief. Number 7 asks you to apply what you've just read to this makes it an author and you question. Talk to your partner. How would you handle this situation? It says, suppose you order a cheeseburger at the restaurant. When your meal arrives, the cheeseburger is cold. What would be the best way to deal with this situation? So as you speak to each other, make sure you keep in mind the tips that the author gave you.